All right, so this is definitely something that I think this is like the first time this has ever happened with a mobile game being on a console. So if you don't know, Genshin Impact was on your PS4. I mean, it still is, but eventually it's gonna EOS on PS4, which sounds crazy in the big year 2025 because you would think most people would have a PS5. I'm not one of those people. I still have my PlayStation 4. It's almost 10 years old. And yeah, for me, my PS4 still works. I really don't have a need to buy a PS5 yet because there's really not anything on there that I would want it for besides Marvel Rivals and Honkai Star Rail. But I can honestly just play Honkai Star Rail on my PC. Technically, same thing with Marvel Rivals, but yeah, there's not really any games out there where it's like, oh, dude, I have to buy a PS5. And whenever that does happen, I will definitely buy one. But until then, I'm gonna save my money and just wait until something like that happens. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Genshin. Talking about basically ending service for PS4. So let's read this. I think they have they have full details. Okay, all right. So, dear traveler, thank you for your continued support and love for Genshin Impact on PS4. This is so funny to say. Due to limitations related to hardware performance and platform application size, we will be discontinuing support and updates for Genshin Impact on PS4 and future versions. Genshin Impact on PS5 will continue to operate normally and is not affected by the removal and update discontinuation on PS4. Travelers will still be able to enjoy the latest content on PS5 and other supported platforms. See more details here. Let's see what it says. Honestly, probably just probably gonna explain what more it is. No, bro, I don't care. Okay, all right. So, game removal of PS4 starting from September 10th, 2025, a day before 9/11. Genshin Impact will be removed from the PlayStation Store. After this date, accounts on PlayStation Network that have never downloaded Genshin Impact on PS4 will no longer be able to be searched for or downloaded it via PlayStation Store. Accounts of PlayStation Network that have previously downloaded Genshin Impact can still be downloaded at any time via store library if the game is deleted, even if the game is deleted from the device. Until the in-game purchases are delisted, top-ups and purchases are still available to the PS Store and GameStop. All travelers can continue to log into the game and receive update packages on the PS4 until support ends. Starting from February 2026, all in-game purchases for Genshin Impact will be removed from both places. Before Genshin Impact's update communication on PS4, any items purchased have not been claimed. Please on PS4. End of update support PS4. Starting from April 8th, 2026, we will officially cease all update support for Genshin Impact on PS4. Travelers will no longer be able to log into the game on PS4. Installations of the game on PS4 will stop receiving updates. Any items from the PlayStation Store have not any items purchased from the PlayStation Store but not claimed in game will only be claimed by logging into PS5 after the date. After login via PS or PS5, travelers can combine other login methods by navigating to Pylon menu settings, the user center. When you open from PS4, if it's the old version of the game, that can. Okay. Well, that's definitely something. So, at least the good thing is that you have time. You have until next year in April to still play this game on your PS4 until they officially pull the plug. They're just getting you ready now, so that way you know that if this was your only way to play Genshin, that either, well, I mean, I would think people would have a phone and like a console, but in case you didn't have a console, basically you would only be able to play Genshin on your phone, or if you have a PC strong enough on there. Those would be your only two options. Like I said, I'm glad that basically you have until April 8th of next year to do this. And of course, the thing about like it basically, if you've downloaded Genshin already, you can re-download it, but you just won't be able to log in. It'll basically just say, "Hey, man, we're still here, but we can't update. So you just have to play it on something else. Um, like I said, I think this is the first time something like this for like a mobile game has ever happened. I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong, but yeah, it just goes because Genshin is already a very big game on PS4. I think if I'm remembering correctly, it's like 190 gigs or something, and it's just like, bro, that's a lot. And I get it because on phones, I think on phones it's like 60 gigs, and that's a lot for a game in itself. But on a console, it's because that it has to render more stuff, and that's why it's more bigger on a console. Which whenever I do play Genshin, because I do not play that game a lot, but when I do, I definitely prefer to play it on console because I don't like playing games on my phone. I've said this a million times, but I hate playing something and then my screen like it's too hot so it dims and just it's a lot of work. So, you know, uh yeah, so this sucks because like I said, I still do have my PS4. Uh Probably I don't even know if next year I'm gonna even buy a PS5. Like I said, I would prefer to wait until something that like catches my eye comes out before I bought it. But I was using my PS4 just to play Genshin. I was using it to play the plethora of games that the PS4 had, which is crazy to think about. That the PS4 is very old. It's a very old console, and how it's still trudging through to this day. Because, like I said, everyone mostly has the PS5. I still have my 4, and it still works fine. It still works fine, but yeah, eventually I'm gonna rest it and probably put it somewhere. Maybe give it to my kids or something. But anyways, with all that wrapped up, so yeah, Genshin Impact on consoles is shutting down. Well, not shutting down, but it's basically you're not gonna get more updates. What are your thoughts on this? Do you still have your PS4? Did you play Genshin on console or did you play it on PC? Um, yeah, that'll do it for this one. 'Cause I don't think I have anything else to add. But yeah. So if you play Genshin on PS4, you have until April 8th of next year to either buy a powerful computer, play it on your phone, or play it on PS5. Those are your only two choices.